What's up? In the Earlverse, Monday Night Raw. I'm AEW, man. I won't even turn on WWE. I was at the Comedy Store in the back bar Saturday night, and Bruce Pritchard was there. You know, Brother Love. He walked into the room. I just left, stone faced him. Thank you, AC/DC. That roast was probably my career highlight in terms of doing well. Yeah, I mean, it's not that windy out here. I think it's kind of like when the '84 Olympics came, everyone was like freaking out about the traffic, and there was no traffic. I don't get that dislabeled. Yeah, I mean, I had a very good time at the Shane Doan roast. I saw him over the summer. The LA Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights, the Utah Hockey Club, I think Seattle, San Jose, and Anaheim. They had a rookie tournament. And there were a lot of hockey scouts there, and Shane Doan was there. He just looked over at me, and I said, "What's up?" I said, "You probably don't remember me." And he looked at me and goes, "Earl, I remember you. Respect." Well, I don't care if Brennan doesn't like my hoodie. I love this hoodie. I'm not wearing a shirt on underneath. All Earl. I show you a little lower, but you got to pay for the rest. K-Pass, K-Pass. So how is Monday Night Raw on Netflix? I'm AEW on HBO Max, bitch. Yeah, I mean, I took yoga earlier. I'm feeling good, looking good, and thought I'd do a Monday night stream for the fans. Thank you for watching the Shane Doan roast. And here we have another message held for review. That's, well, I mean, what's homosexual? Yoga? Dude, there's a lot of hot girls in my class. Trust me on that one. And I won't say they all, but a lot of them have a little crush on... Yeah, no doubt about it, though. There are some gay men in the class. And you might say, well, Earl, why are you in the class? I mean, come on. I killed two birds with one stone, baby. If I'm the only option for these girls, my odds increase. Pulling out your ass on your special ad. Well, that did get me slightly unmonetized on YouTube, but that's all right. You remember the preview, don't you, Spa? How many previews have you seen for a comedy special, and they went in your head and out your head the same night? Not mine, baby. Earl, since you have Cinemax, you see the new Sammy the Bull. Oh, I don't have Cinemax. I have HBO Max, but I don't have Cinemax. You ever pick up any punana at yoga? I used to date a yoga instructor for a very brief time. She was hot. And she kind of was aggressive towards me, and then she just ghosted me. I thought she was going to be my next girlfriend. I mean, we just had a great vibe, and then I'm not quite sure what happened, to be honest with you. What am I going to do? Oh, maybe that's HBO Max. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know I have DirecTV, so I pretty much pay for every channel. So um, maybe I do have Cinemax. I don't know. It's confusing, William. I mean, I've got 1,000 channels on this thing. Another message held for review. Now, come on, Dislabeled. We don't. I'm going to show your comment, but we don't. We don't talk about that kind of stuff in here. Tell you if you don't want to go swimming at someone's house, it's Tommy Lee's pool parties. But you know that's another story. Yeah, I mean most channel like I watch that show, The Agency, on I think it's Showtime, and then so I have Showtime One, and then I have like Showtime West, and then you know it's like The Agency's on an hour later. Like, I mean it's good if you have a job or whatever you're doing, and it's not on um, the schedule of Showtime, and you can go to Showtime 2 and not miss anything. But you can just tape shit too. I still call it TiVo. I think I had like one of the original TiVo boxes, man. That was like the greatest invention ever. I think my favorite invention, like technologically, like the last, say, 20 years, was this thing called Radio Shark. Um, and it would let you basically, it was like a TiVo for radio shows. So I would tape all the Matt Drudge's radio shows. I think she is related to one of the Hearts. I'm not sure how, to be honest with you. She's very talented, and she's only 22. So, I mean, in a couple years, she'll be a real. She might be the top female, wrestler, at least for AEW. I don't know where you. It's not stealing cable at all. Um, oh, I see. We have our first troll in here. We're gonna. You gotta pay for me to read the trolling, but I'll still show the stupidity of yourself. I really didn't. I was bigger than everyone, so no one really picked on me. What up, Cold C? Just doing like a nice, friendly Monday night stream for my friends. Latvia was no joke, man. I mean, I tell you, Canada's problem was I don't think they assembled the best team. Like, the Kings first round pick, Liam Greentree, he should have been on the team. I know the trolls really are horrible in my stream. I mean, I like a good troll when they're funny, but like the fact that they think they can hurt my feelings is like laughable. I mean, I've said it once, I've said it before. Omega is back, baby. I just hope they don't fuck him up. I watched the match, man. That kid, they should sign that kid that Omega fought. I mean, that guy's good, but I don't know what you do with him. Are you going to see Tony Hawk at the Comedy Store? No, I don't watch comedy. I do not watch. I want to do it. Someone asked me if I watched Nikki Glazer last night, and I like Nikki. She's always been nice to me, but I'm not gonna watch. Like, I want to do it. I don't know what you're talking about, Spa. I thought Nikki was very good. I mean, I've seen the clips. Uh, I mean, I haven't seen that, William. I mean, it might be somewhere in the back. I noticed there was a lot of shit in the back where people might smoke the marijuana. It looked like something like a half pipe or a quarter pipe there. Yes, I am the sober Doug Benson. I'll take that. Well, Tomboy, this is my stream. I'll talk about what I want to talk about. And here's the great thing about YouTube and streams, you're not forced to listen to me. You can leave right now and, I don't know, go find Pat Dixon on Rumble. But we can talk about the New Orleans thing. That's the great thing about my stream. You come in here, you want to talk about something, say something. I have not been on a skateboard, but my brothers, I don't know if I've told you this, William, or anyone else for that matter. My brother Andrew is or I should say he used to be an elite skateboarder. He would skate pools in Bel Air and Santa Monica and Venice with Christian Hosoi. So, well, we're not gonna. This is not a stream talking about Pat Dixon. Easy 1, 2, 3. I mean, we can if you like. Yeah, brother. Did Hulk Hogan appear on Raw tonight, Jordan? I know you're a double agent. You like to watch Raw. Yeah, 100% there. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you spell Hosoi. There was a really good documentary about him. I forget, maybe about 10 years ago. I think he had a heroin addiction, and we don't talk about Ray here. You gotta pay the money, honey. Um, so I have no interest in watching WWE. Even with Hulk Hogan going to be on the show tonight, I just had zero interest. I mean, I might have watched if someone said, "Hey, this is when Penta is going to debut," or the Lucha Brothers, but I really don't. I just don't have an interest in it. Like when Brother Love was at the Comedy Store Saturday night, I had no interest in meeting him. Zero. Everyone was like, "Earl, Brother Love's in the VIP bar." Bruce Pritchard. You want to meet him? I'm like, no, I really don't. I think I was so turned off on that Netflix documentary about Vince McMahon when like John Cena and Bruce Pritchard was like, "Oh, I don't know what Vince McMahon's legacy is." Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, get him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I said one harmless roast joke. It's like, get over it, man. I'm a fan, you fucking tan bastard. Um, oh wow, that's impressive, William. Um, I mean, I never got. I dated this girl, maybe early 2000, maybe late 90s, maybe mid 90s. Now that I think about it, and she was friends with Bob Burnquist, who is a very big skateboarder in that from that time frame. And then a couple years ago in my building, there was a couple, lovely couple, and the girl was a bartender, but her boyfriend or maybe husband was this Argentinian guy. Now, I live in West Hollywood, and I live about a block down from Sunset. So that block that goes from Sunset to my condo is very steep. And this guy would skateboard down it every day. It's almost like he was practicing. And when they moved out of the building, he gave me one of his skateboards, and I showed it to someone who like knew skateboarders, and he was like, "Oh my God, you got this guy's skateboard? You could sell that for tons of money." So I am really out of the loop with skateboarding. I mean, I know it's funny. The girl who used to be my nanny when I was a baby, she was a famous skateboarder because she was, they called her skateboard mama because she was like 60, 70 years old, and she would skate with like the Dogtown guys in Venice, and like there were postcards all over the world featuring skateboard mama. Um, yeah, no, I know nothing about skateboarding. So I'll leave that to Zoom and the others. I can only name like Tony Hawk, Christian Assoy, Bob Burnquist, and that's about it. What's up, Ray? See, Ray's a good troll, you know. Ray's the only one who can come in here and go, "Hey, Jew." I mean, no, she was local because she worked for my family, so she lived in Santa Monica, but she was iconic in the Venice skateboarding scene just because she had to be like 60 or 70 years old. And I'm not saying she was keeping up with Tony Hawk and the Dogtown guys, but like they loved her and like she could hold her own. Um, so that's kind of a cool like story to say that she was my nanny. Um, and I remember once watching my brother and Christian Hosoi. I don't know if I say they broke into a home in Bel Air, but uh, I don't know how they found out about empty pools in Bel Air. There's no drones at the time, but skateboarders in the 70s and 80s, they were fanatical about, hey, there's a house on Stone Canyon and it's under construction and there's a great pool. Yes, Jackie Onassis was my aunt. My aunt Ethel was my, excuse me, my dad's sister. She married RFK. RFK Jr. is my first cousin. WWE Trevor GTA 5 yes okay. I'm not sure what that means. Excuse me, excuse me. Um, Sorry about that, Johnny. You came in right as I burped. My bad, my bad. I apologize. Yeah, I mean, I think, well, I just think like neighborhood kids would always know when a house is under construction. I mean, I know Harry Nielsen's house was literally 50 feet from us. I don't think he had a pool, but I remember walking around his house when they were constructing it. It was pretty amazing. Um, yeah, definitely recon. I mean, they would. Yeah, sorry about that, Johnny. Yeah, my grandpa George was an OG troll. Trust me on that one. Um, yeah, I mean, my brother. Same with surfers. My brother. Well, both my brothers were very good surfers, and probably could have become pro surfers if that's where their desires were. I mean, my brother Andrew was such a great athlete when he was younger that he got a tryout with the LA Rams because he played football at Santa Monica Junior College. Now, in full disclosure, my father, one of his best friends was Don Klosterman, who was the one-time GM of the um, Los Angeles Rams, and he got Andrew a tryout, and he made it to like the final cuts. As a white guy, that's pretty impressive. Um, Don Klosterman is also the man responsible for me meeting Wayne Gretzky, Mark Messier, and Ken Danico at the Bel Air Country Club. So I appreciate that. Yes, she did. Oh, it's all good, son of Billy Wagner. I mean, she was 96, I think, so she had a good run. Um, did you? My dad did kill a polar bear, to be honest with you. You know, I'll show you this. I think I've shown you guys this before, but I'm just reading an article on the Kings losing one of my favorite players, Arthur Kaliev. We'll show you, actually, Arthur Kaliev's stick. First of all, I'll show you Lois. Lois be chilling right now. Here's a game worn or game used Arthur's Kaliev's stick. Now, it looks like just a hockey stick, you know, regular hockey stick. See, there's Kaliev's name. But here's the best part. The tape job at the end of the stick. Arthur's Kaliev was a fanatical tennis player as a child. So this is why he tapes his stick like this. I mean, look at that. You do not see hockey sticks with that kind of a tape job. That's great, this label. Now, let me show you the autograph. I think I've shown you guys this before, but what Don Klosterman got me. See, the letterhead is from the Bel Air Country Club. Hi, Earl. Don't mess around. Mark Messier, 1989. One of my favorite artists. Now, there's Lois. I mean, is this dog the cutest dog on planet Earth or what? Lois, say hello to the fans. She be chilling right now. Here's a close-up of the Sting mask. I love Peter Bondra. That was one of my first hockey numbers. Was number 12 because of Peter Bondra. West Hollywood does have garbage pickup. Yes, indeed. Athens Garbage Company. Because I played a lot like Peter Bondra. I didn't really play defense. I just had a good shot. They still asked me to play in my league because of my shot. 56 years old, and they still need daddy. So hopefully Arthur's Kaliev finds his game back in New York. I do own a Pierre-Luc Dubois helmet. Are you trolling me right now, Dylan? It seems like I put the kiss of death on hockey players. You know, one night, about 5 Kings came to the Comedy Store. Sean Walker, Alex Iafallo, Matt Roy, Cal Peterson, and Adrian Kempe. And out of those 5 players, only one is still with the Kings. The great King Kempe, baby. Well, it's very heavy, Bob. If you want to come over and lift it, I'd pay you handsomely. Pierre-Luc Dubois, he's playing a little better in Washington than he did in LA, but I have a feeling that Ovechkin and Tom Wilson said, "Not on our watch, baby. Pick up the pace, bitch." So, by the way, my spot at the Comedy Store Saturday night was very well received. I went on at 12:55 in the AM. The Ace of Spades guy, you mean that would be Lemmy. Lemmy went to my dentist, Dr. Michael Schneider in Westwood. So, because Lemmy had done so much speed and drank, and like his mouth was on fire, baby. and I did very well, Johnny. So his bridge would constantly fall out. It just nothing could stick. So I took Lemmy to my dentist several times, and my dentist made a lot of money on Lemmy. I'll tell you that much. Uh, well, no, I mean Lemmy's actual medical doctor told him not to stop taking speed and drugs because at that point, in his late 60s and early 70s, Lemmy had been taking drugs for 40, 50 years straight, maybe longer. I mean, Lemmy used to get drugs for Jimi Hendrix when he was this guitar tech, just to put that into perspective. Um, Bobby Lee, I don't know. I did not watch Bobby Lee that night. So, yeah, Lemmy absolutely did not practice good dental hygiene. But Lemmy was also a guy who was like, I don't give a fuck. Like most people with all those moles on their faces would have burnt that shit off. Not Lemmy. He could care less. Hell, he didn't shower for fucking days, and girls would still fuck him. I mean, it was so bad, it was good, Dr. Nova. Because, like you guys know, I used to have to go over there and pick up his mail and, like, just water the plants. And, like, I don't think he ever opened a window. So I don't even want to say the smell, but it's like, it's almost like, a movie is so bad it's good. That was Lemmy's apartment. And the smell of cigarettes. And now, when he died, my girlfriend at the time, well, actually, she was my ex girlfriend when Lemmy died. She's like, hey, man, just take whatever t-shirts you want of his. He had about, I don't know, 300 shirts all neatly folded. His stage shirts, I guess. And I took maybe three. Like one Motorhead shirt, one Ramones shirt, and one Cycle Sluts from Hell. Um, I've never heard of that, right? And I had to get them dry cleaned. They smelled so bad. And it wasn't like BO smell, it was just like an odor of just, and the stains on the carpet. Now, I think there was a documentary on Lemmy and Dave Grohl where they go to Lemmy's apartment, and the uh, the documentary didn't capture. I don't know where any of my ex girlfriends are living. Um, so when I get broken up with, it's usually the girl who breaks up with me. It's like the outfield song "Since You've Been Gone," like out of sight, out of mind. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I know, and I think I told this story before, but yeah, it doesn't seem that far away, Dylan. But when we went to Lemmy's final resting spot, it's just me, Motorhead's management, and I wasn't really paying attention who was behind me. It was maybe seven, eight people, and just this guy starts crying uncontrollably behind me, and he puts his hand on my shoulder. And I went to hug him or whatever, and it was Dave Grohl. So. Trust me, my comedy routine has got me more pussy than most. Trust me on that one. I mean, Spa, you're. I think the unfunny trolls are rubbing off on you, Spa. Hello, hey Spa. Let me ask you a question. I hear if you take it in the ass in Aussie land, you don't feel it till the next day because of the 24-hour difference. Hello, so that's a little joke for you. I'll tailor make a joke for Spa. We have another held for review. All right, it disappeared. He touched my shoulder. He did not like touch my no-no area. Uh, Spa, you're bombing in my stream. I won't tolerate that. I might have to put you in timeout. Uh, I mean, I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but I ain't the worst. I would love to see what some of you guys look in the stream. Some of you guys would make a train take a dirt road. Hello. Yeah, my face. So, yeah, I mean, that's probably my coolest funeral story. And then I did such a good job at Lemmy's funeral that a couple weeks or maybe a couple months later, the bass player Jimmy Bain from Dio died, and Wendy Dio asked my ex-girlfriend, like, hey, can you get that guy who did Lemmy's funeral? He was really good at seating the metal celebs. I don't know who Biker Joe is, to be honest with you. Well, my lame jokes are great jokes for you. I know you'll use that line tomorrow on somebody, bitch. Spa, I can't figure you out, man. Are you a friend or foe? You're I think you're a double agent. But welcome aboard. I know you're a subscriber. That's all I care about. Um, I'll only read it if you super chat it to me. I mean, you're the Jew if you really want to know, to be honest with you. I mean, William Zub sends me super chats via the mail. No, Spa, you're very unfunny tonight. I love you, but you're very unfunny. Yes, 100% Moses. Everyone has a 99 cent shit. But you know what, Ray? I'll entertain you for free. I don't mind it. That is very cool, AC/DC. I mean, Dimebag Darrell, big Van Halen fan, obviously. I mean, pretty much any guitar player from that era was a fan of Van Halen. And then to be buried in a Kiss coffin. I think Gene only charged him for shipping, to be honest with you. Speaking of being Jewish, I mean, I once met Gene Simmons at a house party in Malibu, and he was fingering a girl while talking to me. And then he tried to sell me a Kiss credit card. I mean, it's always big business with Gene. It sounds like you're talking about your own personal life, Spa, but that's fine. You're a subscriber. It's all good in the hood. Yeah, I mean, Gene is, he's all about the money. All about the money, honey. So when I met him at the theater gig I was doing and got to interview him for 10 minutes, he's very nice, man. Like, he gets it. He I think they just sold their music catalog for 300 million or something. Like, and Paul and Gene got the majority of that. Ace and Peter probably got a few bucks. But I think Peter might have sold his publishing in the mid 80s. So, and who knows? I mean, Ace is a pretty poor businessman. Yeah, I like that guy, Michael, his YouTube page. I definitely listen to that. Okay, see us, Bob. If you don't think I can do a fucking stream to 15 people instead of 16, beat it. Gene's very cool. I mean, I met Paul once, and it was at Jerry's Deli, the old Jerry's Deli in Beverly Hills. And of course, it shut down because too many rappers would go there late night, and there was violence. And I walk in with the Motorhead girl, and she had managed Kiss in the convention era. So Paul, and he was sitting with Tommy Thayer, who just had a baby with a girl 40 years his junior. And people thought I was creepy. And so Paul recognizes Shelley, and we go over there, and small talk, and Shelley's like, hey, Earl's a big Kiss fan, Paul. You should ask him what should be on the box set. And well, when you get on TV once, let me know. I've been on it about 40 times, Spa. that's where my bad comedy has gotten me to. And Paul kind of gave me a look of like, who the hell are you to tell me what should be on my box set? And I looked at him and I'm like, Paul, I know what you're thinking. I'm the guy who's going to buy it. And I gave him a list of songs that people wanted to hear. And what a shock. Every song I told him about ended up on the box set except for Sword and Stone. I feel the power moving in my bones. I am the sword, you are the stone. That's a great song that the German band Bonfire did on the Shocker soundtrack. Thank you very much. 100%, 100%. Not really, Dylan. And that is a very funny quote. You know, Spa, I'm not accusing you of anything, but I've noticed you really love talking about gaping asses and butt stuff, man. Just come out of the closet, bro. I still like you. Earl feels the power in those Barbados leathers. Fuck yeah. I mean, I've had to restock the piggy bank a little bit, but I'm almost ready to go back into Barbados on Melrose and Robertson and conduct some business. 100%. Ray loves Earl. You know, a lot of people come in here and troll me, but they do love me, or else they wouldn't be here, because I'm not the only stream on the internet. There are a lot of streams going on. And, you know, one day this week, we're going to do an old school IMAX stream. That's a gift to the hardcores like Zoom and AC/DC, Burt Perkins, Are You Ready to Rock? Queen on, Dr. Nova, Chicken Man Brennan. Cold Sea. I mean, we got some all-stars. You know, this is a cool stream. Not a lot of you in here tonight. Yes, I still have my Laserdisc player. I bought it to watch the film The Idolmaker, which was at the time not out on any other format. And also, they gave me Quiet Riot's greatest hits for free because no one else wanted it. So, Roman Reigns, I don't speak Arabic, so I don't know what that means. No, I don't think I'd be buried in a Kiss casket. Kip Smith in the house, Zoom in the house. Well, it's not a donation, Ray. It's a tip, as William Zoom would say. You guys are customers. I'm a bartender. You show me the money, honey. Good evening, Brian. I love my Laserdisc player. I just, it's pretty hard to get Laserdisc now. I mean, are you drinking the Jewish energy drink? It's a Ghost energy drink. Sorry about that. What would the name of the Jewish energy drink be? Quarter? Hello. That's still my favorite streak joke. How is the Grand Canyon formed? A Jew dropped a nickel down a gopher hole. Just the thought of a Jewish guy going, ah! I do drink all of Rockstar Diet Yellow at Red Bull when I'm jonesing. I know, I love Gene. I mean, he's shameless, but you know what? Gene's honest. You know, you might not like a lot of the things Kiss does or the merchandising, but you know, he's like, hey man, I like money and I like pussy. The music's basically third. I do like Laserdisc Spa. I just don't have that many. I think I have Big Wednesday on Laserdisc. A couple other things ever come to Nova Scotia. Unfortunately, Derek, I don't do the road a lot because it just doesn't pay enough, to be honest with you. Like for me to fly to Nova Scotia to play probably a small comedy club, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it to the club to pay, you know, for all the, you know, I need a couple grand at the minimum. And that's not including the plane ticket and the lodging and all that. So most clubs are Like, we'll just get a local act, and I get that. Um, that's interesting. I would think Kiss would charge anyone for a casket. Bert Kreischer, is he a Kiss fan? I didn't know that. Well, I just, I got to make the money, honey. Like, I didn't even make that much money doing Austin, and everyone, oh, dude, there's so much money here. I didn't see it. Um, the plane ticket was, I mean, I barely paid for my plane ticket. So, but Austin don't care if I don't come back. I'm not one of these guys will do the mothership without me. They'll do just fine without Daddy. But you know what? I'll do just fine without it. If you think I'm going to fight for stage time with Kill Tony comics, then you probably think Gene Simmons is in it for the fans, baby. Um, yes, I am wondering that as well, ACDC. Are you there, Daddy? No, I'm not in Austin. I am in my home um, in West Hollywood, California. You know where I'm at. I mean, you think I'd bring the Earl sign? Whoa, whoa. You think I'd bring the Earl sign with me? Shit. Hey, hit the like button. 25 people in here, only 12 likes. Come on, man. You guys are better than that. Um, but thank you guys for tuning in on a Monday night. I know you all could be watching Raw on Netflix. You ain't wrong there, Dr. Nova. Thank you for the likes. I was never at a P. Diddy party, but I was at 2 Playboy Mansion parties. But I've told those stories a long time ago. So I will say, the second time I was at the Playboy Mansion was for the Halloween party. And the first person I saw was Vince Neil. And I'm like, this is a good party. um, okay. I wish I had better Wi Fi, Spa. I'd meet you in the online world. But right now, I just play with myself on PS5. Hello. Well, I was never invited to a Diddy party in the spirit of full disclosure, Johnny. But I've been to some pretty cool parties in my time. So trust me, I have not missed out on the nice parties in Los Angeles. There's a whole or there used to be anyway, a whole network of wild and wacky house parties that I saw and had a good time with. Those are super chat only, Brian. I mean, let's just say, yes, that has happened. I've been to some eyes wide shut type parties. Well, it's funny you say that. They probably would do that, to be honest with you. It's a salute from a Star Wars movie, Kip. Corey, one night judged roast battle. Have I ever partied with Chad Zumach? I have not. I mean, I've been at a comedy club with him, the Comedy Store. And we might have done a show, although I've never seen Chad do stand up. We might have been on the same show at the Dojo of Comedy, which is now an abandoned business on Sunset and La Brea. Which goon? John Matuzak. It's not even close. Come on, man. Sloth. Sloth was packing a big one. Where is the Chicken Man? I did a live video from the Comedy Store Saturday night, and I thought he would check in. Yeah, you're right on that, Moses. I would say the Comedy Store is almost like the bar in Star Wars, just on Mos Eisley, just every fucking unsavory character in the world. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm lost with internet lingo, Kip. And thank you for your message about Melton. I still don't know. I mean, I guess a scheduled stream would show up as upcoming, right? I'm not sure. One of your jokes from the last show. Well, you got to pay for those, Johnny. This isn't Jerry Lewis telethon here. Um, yes, I was disappointed with the numbers. I'm walking around the Comedy Store doing a stream to 8 people, but that's okay. I do it for the fans. I don't even look at the numbers. So, when I put out a short, I just put it out and I forget about it. And hopefully, well, I mean, there was a few, Queen on. And thank you, Spa. Um, I work hard at my comedy. I probably don't give you guys an impression that, I sit here for hours writing jokes, but I do. So, I mean, that's probably true, AC/DC. Well, yeah, jokes ain't free, baby. I mean, you don't get to go to the Comedy Store on Saturday night and watch the first 10 minutes and then decide you pay, and you pay with the risk of not liking it. Um, so, um, I mean, yeah, I mean, the Comedy Store, it's obviously got a reputation for being misogynistic and whatnot, but it's really not that anymore. I mean, you've got a female booker. You've got, I think, 2 of the 3 managers are female. I think the person who helps run the belly room shows is female. So it's, I think they definitely made a clear choice to make females more empowered at the Comedy Store. So that's a good thing. And you've got the booker of the Improv, Rita. She's obviously a female. And I don't know who the hell books the Laugh Factory, but, I don't really play there anyway. I mean, I went to the fucking Christmas party. It was like embarrassing to be there. Oh, thank you, Spa. I mean, I try. I mean, I put in the effort, but I also realize that, unfortunately for me, I'm literally in the worst demographic you could be. Comic in his mid 50s who's white, and like, I'm not attractive, but I'm not ugly either. So, I'm kind of in the middle, which, like in anything, you never want to be in the middle. So, you want to either be grotesquely fat and sweating bullets on stage, and then it's, oh my God, this person doesn't look like every other comic. Not that I look like every other comic. I do wear the leather pants and all that shit. I mean, I disagree with you, William and Queen on. I mean, I think Nikki Glazer killed last night. I mean, I didn't watch it, but I saw highlights. And one of my good friends in the business is Sarah Tiana. I think she's funnier than Nikki. So, and there's a lot of young upcoming comics at the store, and most of the funnier ones are female. Are there some unfunny female comics? Absolutely. But there's also a lot of unfunny male comics. Hell, you might be listening to their stream right now. Well, Jerry Lewis also had a slight drinking problem, so I don't know. I just disagree with you, William. I mean, Sarah Tiana is funnier than 95% of the male comics I know of. And I love Ricky Gervais. He's my favorite Golden Globes host ever. But I thought Nikki last night, from the clips I've seen, did a very, very good job. And I thought she was the funniest part on the Tom Brady roast, to be honest with you. So, yeah, 100% on Jerry Lewis. Dean Martin, when the moon meets your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to tell you guys what's funny or not. I mean, comedy is subjective. I'm sure people watch my comedy and don't get it. I mean, Saturday night, I'll give you a perfect example. I had a fan message me after the show. It's like, oh my God, dude, I've never heard of you before. I'm your number one fan now. You're my favorite comic. But I did 2 back-to-back pedophile jokes about Michael Jackson and Jared from Subway, and I walked like 10 people. So those 10 people were not having it. Not comedy is so like You know, if you like dry and sarcastic humor, you're gonna love me. But if you want like Chris D'Elia and Dane Cook jumping around on stage, you're gonna think I'm horrible. So it's just the way comedy is. Uh, well, no, it's all. I mean, and in my defense, I will say that they walked at about 1:20 on Saturday night, so they might have um, just had enough, and maybe they weren't walking because I was unfunny, or maybe there's a parking lot that you have to be out of by 2 a.m. So I don't know. I mean, I'll never know, but my point of even that story is one guy found me to be one of the comedy greats of all time, and then 10 people didn't. So, yeah, I mean, Sammy Davis performed there, Frank Sinatra performed there. Um, so, I've never had someone message me that I wasn't funny. But, like the girl in the front, her husband or boyfriend was laughing. She was just kind of like, so there you have the same table. One person likes me, the other person probably not so much. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I've rarely performed with Shab. Actually, I've only performed with Shab once. It was at the Improv. He followed me. I brought him up. I think he stuck to his time, but I don't know. To be honest with you, I can't answer that question. Um, I mean, I wish, Colt. I mean, he probably got off early because he didn't have the time, man. So he strikes me as the type that would get off early. So if he's supposed to do an hour, he'll do 50. Uh, well, I just don't think he knew what he was getting himself into. And in some ways, I felt sorry for Shab because, yeah, 100% on trolls every stream. But the funny thing is, the trolls all come back. So although I don't think they think I'm funny, I can't be that bad. I mean, because if I don't like something, I watch it once and I never watch it again. I'm not going to watch it a second time just so I can like troll them. So I just think that Shab, I felt sorry for him because all his friends were famous comics. And he was in the room, and the elephant in the room, unspoken, of course, was, hey, why is this guy in this room? He doesn't even have one special. So, I mean, I think for the most part, I do well at converting the trolls. But, to be honest with you, I also don't care if they like me or not. And usually most comics who say I don't care, they care the most. But listen, I don't know who's streaming right now. I'm assuming Ray and Dixon and whoever else is on the East Coast. If you don't like me or you don't think I'm funny, hit end stream and go to one of their streams. Hello, see, Queen knows what time it is. Yeah, I mean, 25 people, I mean, I'll take it. I mean, in the old days of the IMAX stream, I'd be lucky if I had 10. So even though you think, God, this guy's pretty cocky for a guy with 26 people in the stream, it's still double my numbers on the IMAX stream. And, I think I'm close to 3,000 now subscribers, which, last year at this time, I think I had about 1,250. So, I'm not fucking Mr. Beast, but it makes me feel better that I've doubled the subscriptions, more than doubled. Yes, I mean, the birthday stream on the iMac did have good numbers. I thought you already were a subscriber, Queen on, you son of a bitch. So, hey, listen, that's how the algorithm works. Likes, subscriptions, comments on videos. I think I released, I think maybe 2 shorts today and 1 long form video, the Shane Doan roast under a different title. Just trying to get some of the newer subs to check it out. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think that would get me off of YouTube ASAP. Yeah, we'll do another 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes. Rudy Baga in the house. Welcome. The MXM collection art. I have not bought it yet. I do have a T-shirt. I have absolutely zero interest in going to the Kill Kevin show, because it's like it's not going to pay me anything. They probably would say, "Hey, you come to Atlantic City for $400." That doesn't even pay for my plane ticket. Then I'm going to pay for a hotel room for 2, 3 nights, and I mean, people rip into Melton, but I'll tell you this much: whether you like Melton or not, Melton took care of me at Hackamania. So, paid me more than he said he would, covered the hotel the whole weekend. I mean, I had to leave to go to the Comedy Store on Saturday night, but, I got no problem with how Melton treated me. I will not be at Hackamania 2 just because they are not having stand-up, and I have zero interest in being on a bunch of Dabbleverse podcasts. And to be frank, they probably don't have a lot of interest in having me on either. It's not like I'm thumbing my nose at them. Thank you, William Zoom and Kip Smith. And I'm going to try and figure out, the Dropbox account I have recently just got about 40 main room sets from the Comedy Store. So I want to kind of revamp my Patreon and maybe put up one long set every 2 weeks, just to make sure people, I think that would be a good way to go, hey, I can't put these up on YouTube, but because you're a Patreon member, you can put them up here. I hope so, Spa. I mean, I've never had Kevin pay me once. All the times I've been on MLC, I think I would guess 20 times, I've never been paid once. So, and that's fine. I don't really care about making $100. But I think that, I would love to meet Kevin. I've never met him, but I'm not going to fly to Atlantic City. And I don't think they're doing a comedy show, but those things, I knew at Hackamania, that was not going to be a comedy show. That was going to be a bunch of Dabbleverse fans who wanted Dabbleverse jokes. And I would, that's why my first few minutes, I kind of was bombing, to be honest with you. Now, it didn't really help. I was following some guy who did 10 minutes of pedophile jokes, bombing. But, I don't know if I would do another Hackamania, Dabbleverse type show again. All right, guys, we got one more minute until I would not fly to Atlantic City for Kevin Hart. To open for Kevin Hart, I might do that because I'm probably making $5,000. But I've met Joe Mackey at the Comedy Store several times. Very nice guy. And one of the frequent guest hosts on Gutfeld, and you really appreciate how good of a host Gutfeld is, because nobody hosts Gutfeld like he does. Tyrus, is a little rough, and Joe, it's a tough gig because everyone's used to Gutfeld's pacing and timing. So I will say Joe's very nice. I've not watched his comedy. All right, 30 seconds, guys, and then thank you, Spa. Get some sleep. Well, no, it's not sleepy time in Aussie land. It's probably afternoon, mid-afternoon, maybe. So, we'll probably do a stream tomorrow night. Maybe I'll definitely release a few more shorts tomorrow. I will crack the algorithm. No blood, no bodies. We hit nothing. I want Hawkins' body found. We move. Sweep pattern, 5 meter spread, no sound.